Tricia Everest's path to where she is today doesn't follow the norm. Travel agent, law school, Mexican restaurant owner, nonprofits, the list goes on and on. The origin of this incredible woman and her talents start in a golf shop of a five-star hotel.
The first jobs that I really had was in college, and I worked at the Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. I worked in the golf shop and went through the hotel training. And the training that I learned there, watching the CEOs and the presidents of the hotel teaching us how every job position there makes it work. Every job matters, and every role matters, and I've used that. I've practiced that more and more. I think that I use it better in my later life.
This truly had an effect on Tricia. She now spends her days being a voice for other people. Working with and for so many nonprofits gives her a real sense of who is doing what in the community and how they matter and where she can connect them with others. Even with all this service, there is one organization that seems to hold a special place in her heart.
One of the roles that I'm very honored to have is I serve as chair of the Palomar, which is Oklahoma City's Family Justice Center. And it's a location where we have victims for domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, elder abuse, and child abuse come together into one building and have wraparound services. But to be able to watch how the unlikely partners are coming together, so lawyers and advocates and detectives and federal prosecutors and county prosecutors had never sat at the table together. And to be able to help convene and watch them interaction so you have better solutions are formed, because there's huge gaps of service when everyone's actually at the table. I have been able to see Oklahoma and Oklahoma City on a national map for huge innovation, and it's just by bringing the different disciplines, not only collaboratively working, but collectively.
Palomar is one of many projects that Tricia works on that wasn't in the initial game plan. This isn't just something she is aware of, but something she joyfully embraces.
Everything that I've had in my life is beyond my imagination. When I stopped trying to control or try to figure out and plot it out for myself, I would have missed the miracle. There isn't anything I do today that I could have ever thought that I would be a part of.
This outlook on life isn't how Tricia has always been.
Sometimes I don't believe that I really started living until I was 30. When I could start finding humor and loosening up in my life and being able to appreciate and expand and travel and recognize the comeback. So somewhere in my early 30s, I started a journey of just saying yes, right? So you just show up and you just say yes. So I have 4 nephews, and they are so much fun. The oldest one is 15 now. And when he was a little bit younger, I just couldn't wait. I now love to be outdoors. So I wanted to take him zip lining, and we go to this place in northern Michigan. We're on this mountainside, and he's standing up, and we bring another friend of his, and he doesn't quite make the weight, but I slip my little toe on the weight thing to be able to make it better so that he can be sure to go with me. And I'm not sure I told anybody that I was taking him ziplining until after the fact. Thought a lot of these adventures come by backwards on the other side of being able to do things. And just as a side note, if you don't weigh enough, you don't actually make it to the end, and you get fished in, which is a little awkward, but I stood there cheering on like, this is the way to do it. You got a bonus ride. So making sure that now my nephews, each one of them and subsequent, know that if they want to do something a little bit different, a little bit outrageous, then I'm very grateful that I'm their first call.
At the heart of this journey of saying yes is a sense of humor.
Sense of humor is phenomenal. When we don't need to worry about our own boundaries or worry about our own outcomes, then there's just so many things that open up. And that to be able to escape from Alcatraz or travel the Indian ride on camels and go through all sorts of experience, and to being able to just laugh.
In everything Tricia does today, she believes that you must forget self.
A couple of things of advice that I would share with others is that when we're of service, then we're not into ourselves. That the more that we think of others or work for others, then those fears won't limit us from what we get to be able to do. The greatest things I've been taught lately was if you could do anything you want and you weren't trying to take the credit for it, what could get done?
To Tricia Everest, who has accomplished so much for others, we honor her with the Oklahoma Commerce and Industry Hall of Honor Lifetime Achievement Award.